Welcome to the story of the Paramour of Manhasset, the Mayor's Muse Part 1. The sun shines brightly over Manhasset, New York, casting a warm glow on the picturesque town hall. Mayor Laura Hughes, a striking woman in her early 40s with a confident demeanour, shakes hands with citizens, her smile radiant. Her auburn hair is neatly styled, and she wears a tailored suit that exudes professionalism and charm. Beside her stands Tom Hughes, tall and imposing in his police uniform. His presence commands respect, his face a mask of dedication and seriousness. Despite the demands of his job, his love for Laura and their son Jake is evident in the way he glances at them with pride. Jake, a teenager with a mop of sandy hair and an infectious smile, stands proudly between his parents. He embodies the youthful spirit of Manhasset, his eyes full of admiration for both his mother and father. As Laura engages with the townspeople, shaking hands and listening to their concerns, the facade of a perfect family is almost conspicuous. However, behind Laura's composed exterior lies a dark secret, one that threatens to unravel everything they've built. The soft glow of candlelight bathes the secluded corner of a dimly lit romantic cafe. Laura sits close to Rafael, their hands entwined across the table. The atmosphere is charged with unspoken words and lingering glances. Laura's eyes are filled with a mix of longing and guilt, while Rafael's intense gaze reflects his passion and determination. Rafael is a charismatic Spaniard, his dark hair tousled and his eyes smouldering with emotion. The chemistry between them is undeniable, their connection forged in secrecy and fervour. For over 5 years, they've stolen moments like this, hidden away from the praying eyes of Manhasset. Their conversations are filled with whispered promises and stolen glances. Yet beneath the surface of their romantic rendezvous lies a more sinister purpose, one that Rafael keeps carefully hidden from Laura. The complexity of their relationship adds to the tension, making each meeting both thrilling and dangerous. In the small village of Belmez, Spain, Rafael stands in the modest home he shares with his 3 children. His arms are wrapped around them in a tight embrace, their innocent faces full of love and trust. Rafael's expression, however, is conflicted, caught between the warmth of his family and the darkness of his profession. Unbeknownst to Laura, Rafael's trips to Spain are not just for family visits. He is an assassin, carrying out lethal missions with precision and ruthlessness. His double life is a precarious balance, one that requires him to spy on Tom Hughes, gathering crucial information for a potential assassination. This dual existence eats away at Rafael, his love for Laura and his family conflicting with his deadly duties. Tom sits in the dim light of his home office, a suspicious note clutched in his hand. The note found in Laura's bag is cryptic but undeniably suggestive of an affair. His heart pounds in his chest as he reads and rereads the words, the realization slowly sinking in. The note hints at clandestine meetings and intimate moments, shattering the image of the perfect marriage Tom believed they had. Troubled but determined, he decides to investigate discreetly. As chief of police, his instincts kick in, and he knows he must tread carefully. Tom's mind races with questions and doubts. He struggles to focus on his work, the note a constant reminder of Laura's betrayal. Despite his hurt, he loves Laura deeply and hopes there is some misunderstanding. Unbeknownst to him, his investigation will lead him into a dangerous web, one that entangles his family and threatens their very lives. In the background, a police radio crackles with static, a stark reminder of his duty. Tom knows he must find the truth, no matter how painful it may be. The seeds of suspicion have been planted, and the discovery marks the beginning of a perilous journey that will test his resolve and uncover deadly secrets. Tom's eyes narrow as he holds the note out to Laura, his hand trembling with a mix of anger and hurt. The evening sun filters through the blinds, casting long shadows across the living room. Laura stands by the window, her arms crossed defensively, her face pale. What is this, Laura? Betraying the emotional turmoil beneath his stern exterior. Laura's eyes dart away, unable to meet his gaze. I don't know, Tom. It's nothing really. Tom steps closer, the tension between them almost palpable. Nothing? This note was in your bag, Laura. Don't lie to me. Laura's heartbeat quickens, and she feels a cold sweat break out on her forehead. She struggles to maintain her composure, but the weight of her secrets presses down on her. Tom, please, you're being paranoid. Tom's frustration boils over, and he slams his fist on the table, causing a framed photo to rattle. Paranoid? Laura, I trusted you. Who is Rafael, and what does he have to do with this? As their argument escalates, the doorbell rings, breaking the tension momentarily. 2 officers stand outside, their presence adding an official weight to the confrontation. Tom glares at Laura one last time before opening the door. We need to talk, Mr. Hughes, one officer says, his tone serious. It's about Rafael Santos. Laura's heart sinks as she realizes the situation is spiraling out of her control. Rafael sits in a dimly lit room, the only light coming from a single flickering bulb. His contact, a shadowy figure, slides a dossier across the table.
This is it, Rafael. Tom Hughes. You know what you have to do.
Rafael's hands tremble as he opens the dossier, revealing photos of Tom and his daily routine. His stomach churns with guilt, but he knows there's no turning back. When? He asks, his voice barely above a whisper.
Tonight. No mistakes.
Rafael nods, feeling the weight of the world on his shoulders. As he leaves the building, he catches a glimpse of his reflection in a broken window. His face is pale, and his eyes are hollow, haunted by the life he's chosen. Meanwhile, Laura sits in her office, staring at a photo of her and Tom. Her mind races with conflicting emotions. Her duty as mayor, her love for Rafael, and her loyalty to her husband. She feels trapped, the walls closing in on her. Rafael stands in the shadows outside Laura's office, his heart pounding. He knows this is a risk, but he can't go through with the assassination. He taps on the window, and Laura looks up, her face a mixture of surprise and fear. Rafael, what are you doing here? Opening the window. I can't do it, Laura. I can't kill Tom, Rafael says, his voice shaking. They're after me now. You have to help me. Laura's mind races. She loves Rafael, but she can't let her husband die. Tell me everything, she demands. As Rafael spills the details of the assassination plot, Laura's face hardens with determination. I'll handle it, she says, her voice cold. But you need to disappear. Rafael's relief is short-lived as he realizes the gravity of his situation. Laura picks up the phone and dials Tom, her heart breaking with each ring. Tom, you need to know something. Tom waits in the darkened alley, his breath visible in the cold night air. He's set the trap, and now it's just a matter of time. He grips his gun tightly, every nerve on edge. Suddenly, Rafael steps into the alley, his eyes starting nervously. He knows something is wrong but can't pinpoint it. As he moves closer, Tom steps out of the shadows, gun aimed directly at Rafael. "Drop the weapon, Rafael," Tom commands, his voice steady but filled with rage. Rafael's eyes widen in shock and betrayal. "Tom, I didn't..." Before Rafael can finish his sentence, the sound of distant sirens pierces the night air, growing louder with each passing second. The tension is discernible, a bead of sweat trickling down Tom's forehead as his finger hovers over the trigger. Rafael's gaze shifts from the gun to Tom's eyes, desperation and fear mixing in his expression. The sirens grow closer, and just as the flashing lights of police cars illuminate the alley, a gunshot echoes, cutting through the tension. What will happen in the aftermath of the gunshot? Will Rafael survive to reveal the truth? Or will Tom be left with more questions than answers? Discover the fate of our characters and the shocking twists that await in part 2 of the Paramour of Manhasset, the Mayor's Muse, only on the Global Midnight Murmurs YouTube channel. Tune in next week for the finale.